We've been merging with tools since the beginning of human evolution. And arguably, that's one of the things that makes us human beings. Franklin Foer, craftsman, writer. To turn a vision of oneself into a tangible result requires commitment, skills, and the right tools for the job. This is making a masterpiece of your life. The 5 elements. Element 5. Tools for living. The 5th element of life as a craft concerns itself with powerful instruments called tools. Generally speaking, tools are objects specifically designed to help us perform a particular task with a higher degree of performance, ideally improving the quality of the finished work. We use tools of many types in diverse applications within all of the first 4 elements of life as a craft. However, there are craftsmen and women specifically dedicated to the craft of tool making. Therefore, we have identified tools as a separate 5th element because we feel they are unique creations. A tool is an extension of the craftsperson, an instrument to harness and shape the energy within us and around us, and skillfully focus that energy on the primary material we are working with to achieve a change, that is, a desired result. Looking at tools as agents under the craftsperson's control for delivering the craftsperson's intended result, we can define the word tool to mean any device specifically modified or fabricated for application on a given material to alter or shape it in accordance with the craftsman's intended outcome or result. By this definition, an extraordinary array of tangible and intangible objects can be harnessed for use by a craftsperson as an instrument to concentrate and magnify the craftsperson's energy force, making the craftsperson responsible for the outcome produced through its use. Whether it is a medicinal tool, i.e. a drug, designed for delivering an intended outcome to the inner or outer human being, or a vehicle designed to transport people or cargo from one location to another, the craftsperson bears the responsibility for the outcome produced through its use. Therefore, instruction and practice in the use of tools for crafting a masterpiece of your life is essential for achieving the desired outcome. Choice of tools. In the way of craftsmanship, learning how to select an appropriate tool for a task and the skillful application of the tool acquired through continuous practice is fundamental to achieving the goal of making a masterpiece of your life. Many people attempt to use tools of one type or another to produce a desired change or outcome in an area of their lives without fully understanding the functional capabilities of the tool they are using, let alone its skillful application. In the practice of life as a craft, this often results in damage being done to the human being, the primary material of the craft. Damage which can be difficult to repair. What differentiates the way of craftsmanship from the way of skillful workmanship is the craftsman's requirement of understanding first the desired outcome or result, which precedes selecting the tool or tools to be used in the process of achieving the result. In the way of craftsmanship, this procedural way of thinking is learned in Phase 1, apprenticeship, usually in the workshop of the master craftsman. Here, tools are studied, examined, and understood for their intended use before the apprentice is ever allowed to grasp and apply the tool to a material. The apprentice would have to demonstrate a proficiency of understanding by first naming each tool, their primary and often secondary intended uses, and the proper maintenance and care through the daily task of having to clean, oil, polish, and store the tools of the workshop journeyman at the end of the day. As for the master's tools, only a senior journeyman picked by the master could be relied upon for that role. The master's tools were often masterpieces of tool making in their own right, expensive to produce and custom balanced to the master's unique specifications. Further, in some craft traditions, the apprentice would be required to look at a piece of craft work at a particular stage where the master craftsman would point out a particular item or characteristic, which the apprentice would have to name the tool which was used to achieve it. This close examination would often rely on the apprentice's growing skill in recognizing tool marks, or lack thereof, sometimes known as signatures, not only of the tool itself, but of the craftsman who applied it. Application of tools. To be effective, the appropriate tool for the task must be applied skillfully and the results interpreted to ensure the desired outcome was achieved. This skill comes first from the knowledge of what to do, then from the experience of actually doing it. User manuals and videos provide knowledge, but not experience. The first time a tool is used, it is unlikely to be as effective as when it is used for the 50th time. Proficiency is gained by ensuring that good knowledge of the tool is gained beforehand and by practicing its use to gaining proficiency of control and by achieving the intended end result. Understanding the results. It is possible to select and use a tool quite intelligently, but this is of no use if no one understands what the intended result is to be. Interpretation of the intended results of using a tool requires skillful understanding that guides the application of the tool to generate the intended result. This requires both an understanding of circumstances surrounding the use of the tool and an appreciation of the design theory behind the creation of the tool. This understanding of the intended result is a direct characteristic of the way of craftsmanship, distinguishing it from skilled workmanship, which demonstrates only the mechanical application of a tool to the material. Craftsmanship, through its characteristic of understanding the intended result, will then use quality improvement and problem-solving tools to give indication of areas where the intended result was not achieved and realignment is needed. Realignment is another critical characteristic of the way of craftsmanship, as it focuses the craftsman's attention on fine-tuning or adjusting the application of the tool so as not to damage the primary material. Here are some tools for study in this element. Books. Books are one of the craftsman's most valuable tools. A book is a containing device for thought objects of a particular size or volume, frozen at a particular point in time. It is an excellent focusing tool, as it has a defined beginning and ending, making it fixed and manageable. It is also an excellent tool for treating a subject in depth. Books are the power tools in your toolbox. However, the content contained within any book can become outdated as new knowledge is discovered. That does not necessarily mean it is no longer useful. Its capabilities and limitations must be clearly understood to determine whether it is the right tool for the job at hand. Newer, electronic or ebook formats allow authors to make updates to their books on demand, which helps to remedy some of the freshness limitations of earlier ink and paper technologies, but not the look and feel and smell of a finely crafted printed edition. Visit an old bookshop and admire the craftsmanship found there. It just may leave you speechless. As a tool, books and journals serve both teacher and craftsperson as instruments for organizing and transmitting knowledge, as well as a reference which can be turned to time and again. It is a highly versatile tool, usually portable and easy to utilize in a wide variety of environments. Care of this tool is very important and potentially susceptible to damage from moisture, heat, and rough handling, and each book can be very expensive to replace if mistreated or lost. Keep your most important books handy in your workshop or in your toolbox for easy access whenever you need them. Information and communication technology. The integration of information and communication technologies into every sphere of contemporary life has had profound implications for how people learn in school, solve practical problems, and function in the workplace. Networked computing and communications technologies and media have become essential tools of practically every profession and trade, including those of lawyers, doctors, artists, historians, electricians, mechanics, and salespeople. These devices make it possible to redistribute learning and work experiences over time and space. Tools employed in various professions and trades, such as word processing, spreadsheets, audio-video, and photo editing tools, visualizations, and mobile wireless devices are in turn being put to work in the study of core school subjects and our professions. Students and professionals are able to connect, access, and communicate with the wider world in ways that were unimaginable just a few years ago and that are continually changing. Particularly relevant for this framework is the fact that virtually all efforts to improve or create new technologies involve the use of information and communication technology tools. And for many years to come, such novel technologies, computer-based and otherwise, will continue to bring about new approaches to education, work, entertainment, and daily life. Although information and communication technology is just one among many different types of technologies, it has achieved a special prominence in technology and engineering literacy because familiarity and facility with information and communication technology is essential in virtually every profession in modern society, and its importance is expected to grow over the coming decades. A wide variety of information and communication technology tools are routinely used in schools, the workplace, and our homes. Rapidly evolving learning tools such as computers, online media, telecommunications, and networked technologies are becoming powerful supports for communities of learning and practice. In today's interconnected world, craftspeople must learn and practice how and when to use these technology tools. They must master a wide range of information and communication technology tools in common use, and they must have the confidence and capability to learn new tools as they become available. Although students and professionals are not expected to understanding the inner workings of these devices, they should have enough understanding of the principles underlying them to appreciate the basics of how they work. Tool management. Today, the number and types of tools available to you for fashioning your inner and outer craft work is vast. Not only the categories of tools, but the array of variations and legions of suppliers. Just consider the number of advertisements in any medium from television, radio, and the internet that wash over us every day offering some sort of tool, whether organic or synthetic, for fixing or improving some aspect of your inner or outer self. From exercise machines that fit under your bed to meditation apps that run on your mobile device. While the abundance of life tools in our modern age can be said to be a blessing, the results of inner and outer injury due to little or no training and unskilled misuse of these tools are staggering and often classified as accidental injury or death, either self-inflicted or through the agency of another. Tool management is the applied practice of craftsmanship to the learning, selection, and skilled practice of any tool used in contact with your inner or outer human being. This includes everything from pills that deliver substances into your body to effect a change on your physical or mental material, to electronic devices for delivering information content onto the workbench of your mind. Which tools you use and how you use them always have an effect on you. the primary material of life as a craft. That is what they were invented for. Now, look at the tools you are using in your practice of life as a craft. In the way of craftsmanship, you should be able to give an account, just as the apprentice does in the master's workshop, of each tool by name, its intended function, its care and maintenance, and the principles of skillful application, or the use and control of the tool on the material of the craft. That is, how often and what amount of pressure to apply without causing damage to achieve the intended outcome. The craftsperson who is not in control of their tools runs the risk of injury to themselves and potentially others around them. So, where to begin taking inventory of your tools and applying proper tool management practices with the tools in your workshop? Start with your mobile device. Tools for Living is element 5 of 5 in the practice of life as a craft. Your objective, over the 4 phases of your life, is to select subjects for study and practice within each of the 5 elements and achieve incremental excellence to improve the quality of your craftsmanship and make a masterpiece of your life. This is Charles Collins, inviting you to join us for the next episode of Making a Masterpiece of Your Life. Making a Masterpiece of Your Life is made possible by a grant from the Griffin House Trust.